Hey my Skullies, welcome to the Conjurer's table, and give me 1 second because I am glowing too much, actually. Yeah, I'm glowing too much, hold on. Does that look better? Yeah. Maybe I should just move a little closer. So, who is here? Let's see who's here. Oof, even my face looks really bright on my picture here. So we have, hello Jackie and Tangerine. Hi Dave. Oh, hi Jen. Hi Steven. Hi Sonia. Hi Happy Hunter. Hi Lillian. How are you? Oh, thank you. Yes, this is one of the, actually both of these are the ones that I got at the thrift store. Actually, hold on, why is this one all stupid right here? It's been like that all day long. There we go, it's a little better. Yay, hi Hexen. Hello. Oh, who's here? Oh, hi Zach. Hi Debbie. Hi Lillian. How's everyone doing today? Oh wow, there's 22 people in here already. That was quick. Oh my god, Becca! Hello! How are you? Hi Lisa. Hi Jezebel. Okay, this is kind of weird. I feel like so awkward now. So how's everyone doing? How's been everyone feeling after the blood moon, which is really weird because during the blood moon, I felt energized, I was alive, I felt powerful, I felt full of strength and energy. I felt invincible during that blood moon. I was like, I stood outside in the freezing, freezing, freezing cold last night during the blood moon when it reached its apex, and it was stunning. And I was like, oh, I feel the draw of the moon, I feel the moon's energy, but that kind of, for me, I felt like that faded fairly quickly. Like, I don't know what it is. Today, I felt okay during the day. I felt exhausted when I first woke up. Then I was like, okay, another normal day. And then, Zach, I wanted to turn to a werewolf, but alas, nothing. Hello, Raquel. Yeah, but it was weird. And then this afternoon, I've just been like, blah all day long. Honestly, I was like debating whether or not to even go live because that was kind of just, because I don't know, just lately I just feel, it's weird. I still inspire people, but I feel like I'm lacking inspiration for myself, if that makes any sense. Like today I wasn't even sure what the hell I was going to talk about. Originally I was going to talk about puppets and voodoo dolls, but then I was like, okay, well, I have nothing set up for that, so that kind of went down the drain for that. So I might do that next time when I'm a little bit more prepared. But then I was like, maybe I should just talk about a depth here. And then I was like, I just didn't know, because for some weird reason, like today, I just feel not depressed, but I just kind of feel blah. And everyone at work was annoying me. The clients were blah. I did like 4 people today, and I was there from like 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. And I was like, I just want to go home. And then I got home, and then I got out of my car, slipped on the ice. Luckily, I didn't hit my head, but I just laid there on the ground like an idiot. I was surprised no one ran up and was like, oh my God, are you okay? Because I was just laying there on the ground for like 5 minutes because I was just like, I wanted to scream when I was on the ground. I was like, why is my life like this? Why do I feel so out of sync right now? It was just so weird. I just had a fantastic night. I was up until 2 a.m., forced myself to go to sleep because I was just so energetic. And then it's like, today, it's just the complete opposite of how I felt during the night. So I was just wondering if anyone else felt like that today, unless it was just me. But I wonder if everyone else, did you have that similar effect from this, or did you experience something different today? I'm just going to scroll up here. Hi, sweetie. Made it. Yes, you did. Love the necklace. Oh, thank you, Tangerine. How are you doing? I'm doing fantastic. I'm feeling tired, but because of work. Yeah, I know, Hexen, you've been like crazy busy. Oof, too much energy. We were all thinking of you. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Hello. Hi, Dreaming Antelope. Oh, I actually like that name. I wanted to turn to a werewolf but lost nothing. I feel really good. Well, I'm PMSing so hard to tell after... Oh, Jackie, I wish I could understand what you're going through, but I clearly don't PMS, so I can't really say. But that definitely sounds like that sucks. Lillian feels drained, joints hurt, so she understands. Dave says, makes perfect sense. I feel the same way. You've been giving a lot, Maddie. It's okay to take a break and work on your own energy. I don't know. That's the weird thing, guys. Is like, I know I've been like, go, 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 go with YouTube, but I don't know. It's like, I just feel like I don't really know what to do when I'm not doing anything, which is weird. So it's like, that's why I jump on, because I'm like, instead of like trying to focus on myself, I'd rather be out there giving something to someone else, helping to inspire others than trying to figure out how to inspire myself. Because lately, like, I'm glad that so many people that I've found have been inspired by certain things I've been doing that I didn't even realize actually affected them in certain ways. Like, I had someone who showed me a picture of their Florida water, and they were like, "Oh, Matt, you inspired me to get back into getting Florida water." And I was like, "That's fantastic." I inspired someone to, with my singing bowl the other day. She found a chalice, and she was like, I don't know what it was. I was just standing there staring at the chalice I bought, and she's like, something in me just told me to grab something and then kind of just go around the rim of the chalice. And she's like, and it just started to ring. I was like, that's awesome that it rang like a singing bowl. So I was able to inspire people in different ways, and to me, that's what it's all about. Sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry. I feel so weird today. I feel my emotions are like all over the place at the moment. It's like I'm happy, but I want to cry at the same time. I want to scream, but I'm like too blah. I just want to sleep. I'm sorry, everyone. This is awkward.
What's the matter?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shake it off. Shake it off. I'm sorry, everyone. That was awkward. That's pretty much what I've been feeling all day long. It's like I've been on the edge of wanting to do that, but I've been frustrated. I've been stressed. I've been feeling blah lately, which is weird. So it's like, I don't know. Hold on, let me just catch up because I just realized I was so far behind on like the chat. Maddie, after any major event, and now that question is normal for people after New Year's, now what? Right? I know. It's like, after New Year's, it's like, what am I supposed to do? It's weird because I think it's because after the New Year, I just don't really know what direction I'm going in. And it's like frustrating because it's like, I have all these ideas. I just don't know where to start. I don't know where to... I don't know. It's like I have so many things in my head that I just want to put out there. But it's like I'm struggling to know what it is to put out there. I don't know what people will like. And I think it's starting to freak me out because I'm like, what if I put the things out there that I think will be interesting, but people will be like, well, I didn't find that interesting at all.
Why do you feel that way?
I don't know, Dave.
Your channel is taking off.
I know, but it's like...
No, you got 33
I see other people... And I think that's also the other issue that I have is... As strong as I come off, I can be extremely sensitive to certain things. Like, you may not know it, but I can be the most insecure person on earth. Like, yeah, on YouTube I come off as like, ooh, vibrant, and I have all this energy, but I'll go to someone else's channel, be like, oh my god, they know exactly what they're talking about. Like, I've gone to someone else's channel, this is awkward, I forget who it is, that studies, what is it called? Santeria. And I'm going through their YouTube. I'm like, oh my god, they know what they're talking about. And it's like, yeah, I've been studying voodoo and hoodoo for 7 years, but it's like at the same time, I'm like, it makes me doubt myself whether or not what I talk about is interesting, if someone's actually learning something. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'm not as knowledgeable as people make me out to be, and I think that's what's mostly been stressing me out like this past week or something. Oh, Thor. Thor's like right here. Either he thinks I'm gonna feed. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, went away. I thought he actually. Well, no. He could probably sense my pain. But,
Matt,
ground yourself.
You're doing fine. Look
I
at your
can help
channel.
you. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Yep.
You've almost had 600 people. I can't even get over 3. So don't feel. You're doing great.
If you don't want to, Matt, take a break and come back when you want to. Tangerine. I told you, male PMS is real, y'all. That was weird. But also, that's awesome because I've, like, never experienced a full moon. Well, Dave, was it a full moon last night? Or was it a something moon? Well, okay, that was the first time I'd ever experienced an eclipse. Especially a blood moon, so that was awesome. But that was kind of weird. I didn't expect... It's like I knew what I was going to feel when it arrived. I felt all that energy, but I think it was just that needing to release it because I hadn't released any actual energy. I've just been kind of storing everything. So I was just like, ah! Well, at least the good thing, guys, is I feel much better letting that out. As awkward as that was over camera. Triple threat. Maddie, it was a full moon, blood moon, wolf moon, eclipse. Oh, it was a full moon. Okay. So I think that's probably why I felt so out of sorts today. But now I'm peeing over myself. Aw. Oh, thank you, Steven. But, yeah, guys, I'm glad because the first thing I thought of when I got home was, as frustrated as I was and out of sorts, I was like, you know what? You know what's gonna solve all this? Alcohol! Yeah, I feel better already now. So, now that I got that out of the way, sorry guys for showing you my vulnerability. But, so I just quickly want to talk about, oh, I love you too, Jen. I know, get my drink on. What was I saying? See, now I'm getting all squirrely. I completely forgot what I was going to talk about. Oh, depth year. So, guys, I just wanted to quickly cover the topic of depth year since I don't have anything on the voodoo dolls that I was planning to do. I decided to talk about depth year, which will probably help me a lot more because this is probably why I was starting to feel stressed, because I was like, I've gotten all these things that I've accumulated over the past couple of months, and Dave sat me down and he was like, you need to start figuring out what you want to do with everything, now that I have everything that I possibly could need. So I was like, okay, you're right. And at first I was like, meh, depth here, I don't need to do that. I can continue just getting stuff and I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it later. But I think depth here is really important, A, because it saves money, and B, it helps with not just getting things for the sake of getting things. Once you get something, it's important to understand it and take the time to understand what you have. And it'll make you appreciate things a lot more and build up more of that knowledge. So what I mean by that is, for example, what I want to do with my Skullies. I now have millions of Skullies. I have my Skully army. What I want to do for the depth year is take the time to understand each and every single Skully I have. What they mean, their uses, and really get to know them and how I can utilize Skullies in my rituals, how I can utilize my Skullies in meditation, because meditation is a big thing that I want to work on this year for the depth year. Because I now have my Skullies, I can now create a meditation circle. I have Skullies big enough to make one for both of us inside the circle. And I think that meditation will help me to calm myself more, help myself feel more grounded in my work as well in real life. And I need to meditate more just because I don't meditate often, and I find myself getting like snappy and very quick on people, and I just don't have time for anything. So with that and the Skullies, I want to take the time to just kind of slow down, because in my life...
Because I just had an epiphany.
What's your epiphany, Dave?
Everybody's been on me to do a guided meditation.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do once a month. I want to spy everybody once a month.
Oh, come over here, quick. Dave's going to make an announcement.
Well, I was thinking, because I've been... Hello, everybody. So, on my last live on Saturday, a lot of people were very interested in me doing guided meditations. I want to start doing that once a month. And I know I initially talked about doing it on Saturday, but I think I want to do it on a day you're off. Like maybe once a month on Sunday, maybe Sunday night. Or I'll let you figure a time. Let's sit and do a guided meditation.
Yeah, we can figure out that day.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
But I want you present.
Oh yeah, definitely. Obviously, I want to be present for that. Because my version of meditation is I just sit on the floor, cross my legs, close my eyes, and go, oh. And Dave's like, that's not how it works, Matt. I'm just like, oh, well, that's all I know. So that's my version of meditation. But other things I want to do for my depth year is I have all these tarot decks. I have all these books on tarot. I have all these books on different practices. And I really want to hunker down and start reading through these books. So, for example, oh, here it is. I have actually, on my extremely slow days at work, have brought with me my little bag that is tie-dye, and yes, I tie-dyed it myself. And I brought with me the Witch's Book of the Dead, and I have actually been reading it and been taking notes on what I read. Because that's one thing I love to do, is I love studying up on things that I can learn about. So I've literally been jotting down notes on every chapter, on every section. And I just realized you can't read that because that was upside down. But yep, I've been writing down, for example, rituals, and you can't see that because that's on the other side of the page. Rituals. And I've really been taking time to read on the books that I already now have, because I have so many different books, and I'm like pulled in different directions because I'm like, I have so many things I want to learn. So for example, right now I am studying up on necromancy. And why I love this book is because I've come to understand more about necromancy and the beauty of it, and not to fear necromancy. A lot of the time people view necromancy as, oh, he's working with demons. Oh, he's working with dead things. But it's not all that. A lot of it that people forget is necromancy is working with, yes, the dead, but it's about the souls that have passed on that you are connected to in life. So that could mean you could be working with the spirit of a friend that you lost, or your grandmother, or your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, or anything or anyone that is in your ancestral lineage, as well as, yeah, maybe the occasional demonic spirit. But other than that, I've learned there's ways that you can actually avoid it so that you don't deal with those kind of evil what's the word? Is it malevolent? Yes, malevolent. I was about to say malignant. That's not a word. But, no, malignant is a word, but that's not the word I was thinking. But you could work with your ancestors, and that's what I already naturally do, is in Hoodoo, we call upon our ancestors to stand beside us as we do our rituals. So that was the reason why I decided to get this book and start reading up on it. And then once I've finished this, or well enough into the book, then I'll probably jump a little bit to either back to tarot or to up on Santeria, because that is another book that I've, or not another book, another practice I've really wanted to look into. Hold on, I just realized I've been talking and have not looked at the chat. There have probably been like 50 questions. Matt, you have a choir of Skullies. Where do you get your Skullies? Tamara, I get my Skullies on... Actually, you can find some on Amazon, believe it or not. You can find some on Wish. I actually just ordered some on Wish, but they're like, I think about like that big. But that's okay, because I like different sizes. And then you can get some on Etsy. You can get some on eBay. And a majority of the ones that I found were actually surprisingly on eBay. Do all of your Skullies have names? Yes, they do. And actually... Ugh, it's on my phone, which I'm using to record, so I can't tell you what the name of my Skullies are. But yes, every single Skullie I get has a name. For example, this guy right here that I received, I think 2 days ago. This is a Raven Skull, a black obsidian, and his name is Poe. This is Poe. I brought him to work with me, and I freaked my friend out. Well, actually, I didn't really freak her out. It was more like, I was like, say hi to Poe! And she was like, what is that? Because I, like, shoved it in her face, but... But yeah, all of my Skullies have a name because... I don't know, because to me, skulls are a representation of energy that you can connect to. So it's important to understand that Skullie and who they... Well, not who they are, but, like... Having that name understanding between each other is like building that connection, if that makes sense. Kind of like with the ancestors. Yeah, I may not know their names, but it's nice to know, like, I'm calling upon them. And even though I might not know their names, I'm still calling them by ancestors that are known or unknown. So it's not like you're going, oh, hey, like, let's work together, but I don't really care to know your name, kind of thing. Blah, 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 blah. Scrolling down. I'm going to be in and out because I have some work I need to do. Oh, okay, that's... Oh, Dave, who's right next to me. Interesting. Maddie, we love for you, and none of us would ever want you to be overwhelmed at the thought of disappointing us. We would never judge or... Oh, thank you. That means a lot, Lillian.
You're still on?
Yep, I'm just quickly going. Sometimes you have to do a little... Oh, wait. And sometimes you do have a little demon in your ancestry, and that's okay too. Yep, exactly, Jezebel. So it's about... Or this book is... If you guys do not have this book, I seriously suggest getting this book. It's The Witch's Book of the Dead by Christian Day. And...
Get out of here, buddy. Come on.
Wait a minute. Forward by Raven... No, I don't think that's the same Raven I know. But I know the guy who dated Christian Day. And the guy, Raven, I don't know if it's the same Raven Grimassi that the forward is by. But he actually owns a voodoo shop here right down the road from us. Love your necklace. Thank you. Can't wait. That large crystal. Do you have a list of legit Skully shops? I've had quartz skulls that was given me in 2012. I'm looking to get some friends. Sorry, tried not to sneeze here. Starlight. I do have a list of different places. And what I can do, guys, at the end of my video for you is I can write a list down in the descriptions of all the places that I've gotten my Skullies from. And a lot of the time, it's just going to the reviews, which is most important. Because I had that unfortunate issue where I got a casting set, the first casting set I ever got, and I neglected to read the reviews. And it had like this beautiful picture of this amazing casting set. And what arrived in the mail? I got a bag full of pine cones, rocks, and a couple pebbles. And I was like, okay, that's nothing like the photo that I was shown. Why the hell did I get a bag full of pine cones and rocks? I was furious. I was like, I can go into nature right outside my door 3 feet and collect all this. I don't need to buy it off of Amazon or Etsy. And of course, I went back to see the reviews, and someone was like, oh, hold on, sorry. I'll get back to that, Rochelle. Give me 1 second. And I was like, I should have looked at the reviews because it was like 1,000 times 0 negative reviews for everything. So what are you focusing on this year? Did you already talk about that? Yeah, sorry, Raquel, I got sidetracked there. So one thing I was going to do for my depth year was take time to get used to my Skullies, to meditate, to go through my books that I already have. So, for example, I'm going to read up on my necromancy books. I am going to get back into just skimming through my holistic tarot book because I have that. And I have not read a single page. But I really want to get back into doing more tarot because I have all these decks of all these decks, and I haven't really worked with them a lot. Like, I've worked with my Mildred Payne a few times. I've worked with the Soul Cards decks. I've worked with the Mystical Shaman deck, but I definitely want to get more into studying again, especially my tarot books, one of them being the Holistic Tarot, because I feel it's important to understand the meanings of the cards. I mean, yeah, I can read them intuitively, but I feel if I understand what the cards are more of, then I'll be able to do better readings and thus connect more to my cards. So are you committing to not buy anything new for... Yes. I probably won't be buying anything new for... Okay, saying 6 months would be a stretch. That was my book. Sorry, I just dropped that. But... Because as you all know, I'm horrible when it comes to trying to not buy something. Because I see something and it sits in my cart for maybe 3 or 4 months. But then I'm like, okay, I can't wait any longer. But no, I really want to crack down, and I'm going to try and give it at least 6 months of not buying anything. I'm just going to read through my books, crack open my decks. I want to actually get into using my casting set a lot more. Who wants... Oh, gosh. Who wants to place a bet? Maddie will buy something next week. Okay, and this was the funny thing, because Dave was like, when was the last time you bought something? And I was like... I haven't bought anything in a week. And I was like, okay, correction. I haven't bought anything in a week online. And I was like, yeah, you bought something yesterday. I was like, that was from Savers. That didn't count. That was like a few bucks here and there. It was like, no, that counted. I was just like, yeah, but I used my tips and I didn't use the card. So technically I didn't buy anything important. And he was like, that still counts. You still spent money. I was like, okay, I guess it does. But, come on, chat. There we go. Dave chimes in. I'm thinking, oh gosh. Okay, I can survive 2 days without buying something. I actually can go maybe a week without buying something. So I will prove to you guys that I can go. Oh no, what am I going to do with my whole lives though, guys? I won't be able to do those in a while. That's depressing. I guess that's okay. I could fill it in with something else. I guess. While everyone else around me is, like, posting up these, oh, this is my haul from 5 days ago. I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's great.
Doing readings?
Yeah, well, that's going to be one of my depth year goals is to, I want to do more readings for you guys because I really want to get into tapping into my tarot reading skills and honing those in. I want to do more readings with you guys so I get more practice in. Do not, I know, baby steps. Only thrift hauls allowed. Yeah, thrift hauls shouldn't count because they're like tiny. I don't go crazy with those.
I got an idea.
What?
We will do...
Ooh, Dave has something.
No, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to have, like, a depth year?
Yeah.
I will say, well, why don't we do this?
Mm-hmm.
Twice a month.
Twice a month.
Like, on my payday, because I get paid by month, bi-weekly.
Mm-hmm.
So every other week.
Yep.
Or maybe once a month. See how you feel.
Once a month?
All right, twice a month.
Twice a month, okay.
We will go, and it's going to be a thrift and or
Ooh.
flea market.
Okay, deal.
And we will go together. And what's our limit?
45.
25.
What am I? 25? Well, 25 could probably do. Well, no, well, 45 would be better. Okay, no, 25.
If you want to limit yourself.
25. 25, 25, 25.
And try buying things that speak to you.
Well, that's usually what I do.
No, you don't.
He's laughing. I have bought everything I has sentimental value or I have found interesting. I haven't bought it for the fact of just buying it.
No, every single thing on my altar, like, I feel like connection.
I feel a connection with everything on my altar. Like the pagoda, like the that's sad. I have some things on my altar that I'm just like, I have no idea what they are.
Exactly.
But they speak to me. Like, this guy speaks to me. This is how I felt today. This was me. This is Bob.
Okay, what is...
Anyways, that sounds like a fun challenge.
Right now?
It's saying light me up because there needs to be light in the living room because our fuse went out and somebody forgot to get a bulb for today.
I'm gonna get a bulb. I keep
No, he held up one of my
candles.
Candle stick holder things and he was like, what does this say to you? I'm just like, it says it needs to be lit because the bulb's out and we have forgot to get one, so there's no light in the living room. Tarot stock is exempt. Obviously, Jen, we can't go to tarot stock and like...
Yes, agreed. Tarot stock, we need to plan and save.
Save.
Because tarot stock should be the opposite.
Yeah, and plus, like, I saw the store that Jen went to, and girl, there's like 50 billion things in there I plan to get. So saving is a must.
Plus, it's a vacation, really.
Yes, and wait, how many months is that from now? A couple. So I have some time. But what did I just saw something? Terrace. Matty speaks to a lot of people. He's cute. Terror stock is some. He looks like a Pedro. What's a Pedro? Is that a good thing? Everything speaks. Oh, yes, that's me. I'm just like, you speak to me, and you speak to me, and you speak to me. I'm buying all of you. Actually, no, it's good. I will admit, I will go to the thrift store. I will buy put 50 things in my cart, but I will not automatically buy them. I will, after I've put everything that is of interest to me in my cart, I will then move over to the side and start putting things back that I'm just like, I don't really need you. So I will actually put things back that I thought spoke to me, but I was like, no, I don't need you right now, and keep the things that I'm like, I cannot live without you. So I'm kind of okay at that. But yeah, part of my depth year is going to be cutting down on the limit of my spending. So as Dave and I agreed, we're going to do 2 days a month of thrifting together. So therefore, I feel like he can do something with me that I enjoy, that he can be a part of. And we have a fun way of connecting with each other. What?
That I enjoy, that you're a part of. Yes, because you know I hate shopping.
I know, Dave hates shopping,
But no,
but...
if it's something that's just a couple times a month.
Yeah, yeah. Unlike, like, when I would go every weekend, and I was like, Dave, let's go thrift shopping. And he's like, really? We just
like
went
every
yesterday. But, yeah, it's about staying on that budget and really connecting with everything I already have. Like, what I want to do for you guys is I want to start, now that I have all these herbs, I have my altar set up, I have my conjure area, I want to start focusing on sharing my knowledge, because I have all these books of knowledge with me, and yet I've done one ritual. Okay, maybe two.
Herbs?
Well,
Did
actually,
you show them all your herbs?
I haven't even showed you guys all my herbs. And actually,
You haven't seen half of the herbs.
yeah, the rack that I showed on Jen's group is probably 1/3 of the amount of herbs we have in the house that I've accumulated over the years. It's not like I went on a herb spree in like 2 weeks and like cultivated 50 herbs. Those actually, like, those got built up over time. But yeah, I want to dig into my decks. I definitely want to dig into my casting set. I have my casting set here. I haven't thrown with it yet. I generally know what my pieces mean, but I really want to open this up, which I might actually do tomorrow morning. I'm going to wake up early and start writing down what each piece means, because I want to build the connection with, just like with my deck, I want to build it with my casting set, because the stronger of a connection you have, the better you are at reading. If that makes sense. And also, another thing that Dave reminded me, guys, is magic is all about the intent. When you think about it way back then, our ancestors did not have 50 billion altars. They didn't have 50 billion herbs at their disposal. They didn't have a huge grand altar that had millions of things on it. They had a tiny little bookshelf with a picture frame on it and a glass of water, some flowers, and that was it. And that's one thing that I've realized, and that's why it's important, guys, to do a depth year. People are like, oh, I don't need to do a depth year, but it's amazing the things that you can come across when you do a depth year. So, for example, I've been reading, I feel like Oprah, let's get this book, But, no, I was going through this book, and even though a lot of the stuff that I'm reading, I'm like, yeah, I already do that. But it's amazing how they express the importance of, you don't need to go crazy with a million things. Like, a lot of the time, people that are just starting out, they're like, oh my god, I don't have all these herbs that I need, and I don't have this kind of altar. I need to put this on my altar, but I don't have it. You don't need it. Everyone's altar is different. Everyone has different herbs. It's not about how much you have of something. It's about what you do with it. Remember, power, guys, comes from our heart. It comes from our emotions. It comes from our energy. That is all you need. Back then, our ancestors had, like, a dish. They maybe added some water and some salt and then threw it on the ground, and hell, that was their form of cleansing. You don't need 50 billion herbs. Like, okay, like I normally do. I add, like, 7 or 8. But that's just because that's how I was taught in the beginning, thinking we needed all these herbs. But the reality is, herbs are just herbs, guys. That's not the magic. The magic comes from us putting that intent into the herbs. And that's one thing that that book has taught me.
Plus, also, you gotta be careful, like, because if you have an herb that has one property, you can, if you put the wrong herb with it, cancel that out.
Yeah.
And then
or it completely changes the spell. For example, that brings up an important part that I learned because of the going into the depth year and backtracking a little bit, because there was a time when I did a protection spell on one of my friends, and then she kind of went a little bit around the bend, and I realized because I added a certain herb in there that was actually for breaking positive energy, and I didn't realize it at the time that I added it. But because I was just throwing herbs in, and I was like, oh, this herb I'll put in there, this herb I'll put in there, and I threw this one in, and then I threw a few more in, thinking, oh, I have this huge grand ritual, that one single herb I added completely voided everything else. and it actually completely canceled it out to the point where she took it and she's like, Matt, I'm smashing the bottle because this is not affecting me properly. And it was because I did not take that time to pause to really understand the herbs and what I'm putting in. So yeah, that's part of the depth here, is going through my herbs again and really starting to connect with my herbs and understand their uses, their properties. Because I've started going to the Asian store or the Asian market, I want to actually start looking up Asian herbs. For example, guys, I just found out that
they have noodles.
Dave just goes, they have noodles. Yes, Dave, they have noodles. They're an Asian market. But it's actually really cool because I got bamboo and I got white lily seeds. And I was looking up their uses, and I can't tell you off the top of my head, but I did a ritual the other day, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, what if I add the white lily into it? And yes, it had a couple other properties, but the sole purpose of it that I wanted was that it represents reincarnation, rebirth, a cycle. So I was like, if I add the white lily seed into it, then it'll create that continuous cycle, so I don't have to worry about having to throw it into the crossroads, having to throw it in water, having to dispose of it properly. I was like, because all I have to do is seal up the jar, stow it or put it away so it doesn't get opened up or disturbed, but I don't have to worry about it ever ending or the cycle ever breaking because of that one herb I added. So it's amazing what you can do when you research your herbs. And Dave just wants to make sure you stay in a budget. Yep, exactly. That's every relationship. And on sharing rituals.
You're making me look bad.
What?
Everyone's like, I'm cheap. It's not that. Well, it is that.
Well, no. We all understand it's because I have been, like, going crazy spending lately.
Where you got this depthier idea from?
From everyone else, to be honest, because I saw everyone else, like, putting up depthier stuff. And at first, I was like, I don't understand what depthier is. But now I understand what it is. Depthier is taking things that you already have and understanding and really digging deep into working with what you have. So instead of, for example, buying 50 more things, you take the things you already have and you work on getting to know them more. That's what I understand as depthier.
Oh, I'll do that with you.
No, magic is all about the FOMO.
What's the FOMO?
Miss exactly. LOL Jen. LOL Jen.
Okay, I'm going back to my TV show.
Hold on, I'm like trying to catch up here, guys. Okay, where was I? Squirrely brain. Where was I, guys? Talking about thought. Listening to Jen is just relaxing. And though, not thought. Yes, it's about mastery. So what else was I planning for my depth here? So I went over learning more about my tarot decks, studying up on more of my books. Also, there's a couple other things that I was thinking of looking into because, I already talked about herbs and learning more about my herbs and their uses so that I can start doing a lot more rituals for you guys because I want to start incorporating a lot more rituals into my YouTube channel so that I can show you guys how I go about creating my spells. Because the one thing I'm really, really, really good at is creating original rituals. I've never tried to copy someone else's work because a lot of the time I know a lot of people out there are like, well, this spell worked for me, but then someone else will be like, this spell didn't work for me at all. And I'm like, well, you know what? Why not create my own versions? Because it's all about intent, and I don't have to follow the rules of what someone else says. So, for example, back to this book. I was reading through it, and realizing, you know what? Certain things in here do make sense to me, but some things I was like, you know what? That doesn't quite make sense to me, but instead of dismissing everything, what I'll do is I'll take certain things from what I've read and alter it in a way so that it makes sense to me and I can apply it to the way I see it. So it's like, I don't feel like I'm completely changing it, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not copying someone straight out of what they're doing, and I'll be able to get a better, truer perspective of the outcome. Because if you invent your own things, you have that true ability to know whether or not it works. Because, like, yeah, you can take someone else's work, it may or may not work, but then the next time it may or not work. So, yeah. I don't really quite remember where I was going with that, but yep, just gonna, oh, that, because I was talking about herbs. Yes, as Jen has said several times, always, always, always make the spell ritual your own. Exactly. And that's what I've always been doing, guys. Depth here, digging into what you have already, oop, it went sideways. Come on, iPad, do your thing. Digging into what you already... Oh my gosh, why does my iPad keep going sideways? Okay. Oh, I just did it again. There we go. Depth here, digging into what you already started or what you already have doesn't necessarily mean no spending. Like, I'm digging in a tarot but need books and decks. It's about focusing. Exactly. Thank you, Desist. Desist, exactly. It's about focusing on the things around you, guys. So, yeah, I may still get maybe a deck or two along the way, but instead of just buying a deck because it comes out and you're like, oh, that's beautiful, I gotta get it. Like, instead, I'm gonna take the decks that I have, I'm gonna really focus on connecting them and understanding why I got the deck, or why I don't like it. What is the true purpose? Whether or not because there are certain decks I got here that I tried reading with one, and I was like, ooh, I got it. I liked the artwork, but I can't read that well with it. So you never know, and that's why going into what you already have is important, because things you may have gotten, guys, you may all of a sudden realize down the road, well, maybe that wasn't the best decision, because you may have liked it for that decision, but later on down the road, it completely changes. What else? Gonna do more rituals for you guys so you get a better understanding of how my brain works and how I go about doing my own rituals, because everyone has different ways of doing rituals. Thank you. I wish Maddie would have... Oh, wait, what? Oh, what did Anastasia say? I've been watching your beginner series, Jen. Love it. And then Jen said... Jen! I didn't realize you had a beginner series. I'm sorry. I'll go back, Jen, and watch it. Matt, yes, we have a lot of wonderful decks already. We have to master what we have. Exactly. That's how I'm trying to do it, Maddie, but my ID keeps whispering in my ear. Oh, right. That's what my brain says all the time. I'm picking on you, Maddie. I know I love you. Oh, yeah, I know you love me. And I know you were picking on me. So, very quickly, guys, just because, as you saw in my little breakdown earlier, I'm curious, what is it in my channel that you want to know more of? What are some things that I can start putting out more that really focus on what you guys want to learn? Because that is one thing that I want to do with my channel, is teach you guys. And what's important, just as much as what I give out, it's understanding what you guys want out of me and what you guys think you would benefit from learning. Because unless I know what you guys want, I can't put something out if I don't know what it is. Oh, wait, did I read that wrong? Sorry, hold on. It's totally cracking me up, Maddie, because most people came to my channel from that series, and you haven't watched it, which says everything you were saying. Well, see, Jen, it's because I'm already advanced, so that's why I kind of skipped it. Because I was like, girl, I already know that. No, I'm kidding. Well, I did kind of know it because I've been studying for like years now, so. But Jen, I still love your channel regardless if I if I still haven't seen that series. But no, it's good because even for someone advanced, you can always go back and there may be things that you skipped or didn't realize. Because as advanced as we may be into the path, there's always something we can learn, guys. I want you to talk about what makes you excited. What you learn that makes you go, wow. Okay. Magic recipes. I loved your... Okay. So yeah, I'll do some more recipes. And guys, I have like a whole list of recipes. For example, I have this book right here that's Incense, Oils, and Brews. And it literally lists like millions of things. For example, I'm on a page here that has Vision Incense. That consists of 3 parts frankincense, 1 part bay, half a part of Damania. I don't know what that is. And then there's like oils. There's, for example, there's different magical baths. There's a divination bath that consists of 3 part thyme, 2 parts yarrow, 2 parts rose, 1 part patchouli, and 1 part nutmeg. They have healing baths in here. There's astral travel powder, exorcism powder, happiness powder. I have like a whole book on different herbs, incense, oils, and brews. I have even my conjure books has a list of things. I have, oh my god, I completely forgot to pull out my grimoire because that even has like all these millions of different recipes that I have and ones that I've found from other people, but I'll start to do a lot more of those kinds of videos, guys, so you get to have a more of a... So it's more about a hands-on approach, is what I'm getting. Yay, Kay, you got your first batch of Florida water. That is good. Do you feed your spells, such as Mojo, Grigri bags? What is your take on this? Honey, yes, I do. So, guys, what I do with my Grigri bags or my Mojo bags is, obviously, when I first give it that breath of life, I literally, after I've made the Grigri bag, I blow on it, which activates it. And then I'll anoint it the first time with a anointing oil. So whether or not I use Van oil, which to me I use all the time because it's an all-purpose oil, or you can anoint it with whatever oil you feel that goes with the Grigri bag. So if you have an oil for love, or if you have one for money and the Grigri bag is for love or money, then you can anoint it. And then what I do is I wear it around my neck, but hidden out of view for 7 days, so it's close to my body and it stays in contact. And then what I do after that 7 days that it's had contact with my body, it's built that connection to you. So then you can have it in your pocket, you can put it in your bag, and it doesn't have to be physically touching your your body after the first 7 days. But after, for example, say about 2 weeks has gone by, then I'll just do a little quick dab of Van oil again, just to kind of re-energize it. So that's what I do every 2 weeks, just to kind of get that power back into the Grigri bag or Mojo bag, just kind of waking it up a little bit again. No problem, Witch on Wheels, and thank you for stopping in. And everyone else that came in, I'm so sorry I forgot to say hello to everyone. I've just been on, like, go, 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 go. What is that book, Maddie? Oh, the one I just opened up? Where is it? Kay, wait, was it Kay that just said that? Yeah, Kay, it's this one. I think that's the one you were talking about. It's called The Complete Book of Incense, Oils, and Brews, and it's by Scott Cunningham. Gotta run, keep posted, Witch on Wheels. Exactly. Everyone has a different perspective of what they do with their Grigri bags or Mojo bags. And like I said earlier, guys, it's all about intent and what fits you for your needs. So necessarily, I can teach you what I know and the certain ways I go about doing things, but what I do will not necessarily work for everyone. So it's just showing you the basics of how to set up a gree bag or how to set up this kind of ritual. For example, I already showed you guys how to do a jar spell. That's just to show you how to do one, but then you can create any kind of spell you want with that. And it's all about your intention, your purpose, and you can customize it to the way that fits you guys. Aloha from Honolulu. Hello, dangerous criminals. See more of how one can combine one's arts craft abilities with one's magical path. Okay, I can definitely do that. Tesmore, if I said that correctly, I probably didn't. Oh, yes. So, for example, arts and crafts. I started a clip on how I aged my pages. So what I'm actually doing, guys, is I'm in the midst of, along with the depth here, I've been reading my book on the dead. I've been taking my notes down. I've been writing everything down into one book just so I have all the notes, and then I'll go through it again, revise it, and then I'll transfer it over to my grimoire that I'm currently making. But I will show you guys how I can incorporate the artistic side of making my grimoire pages along with adding the information in, and obviously with the art of creating my rituals. And a lot of the time, guys, I will admit it's just kind of random, but what I honestly do ends up becoming kind of unique because I already have that artistic mindset that I kind of already think slightly out of the box. So that's why a lot of my rituals are very unique and nowhere near by the book. And a lot of people are like, what did you just do that? I'm just like, I don't know. I just put things together and it just came out the way it did. So, yeah, like last night when I did a ritual for the full moon and I was like, oh, what if I do this? And I know the knowledge of this, if I combined this, and I'll do this and put this in here, put this over here, I'll add these and bam, that's my ritual. So a lot of it is just having a basic understanding of setups of certain things, like the setup for jar spells, like how I had the 2 candles and then it was on top of a jar, herbs inside, that's a basic setup. You can then twist it whatever way you want after that. But yeah, I'll do a lot more rituals for you guys so you see more of the artistic side to the craft. Sogundi. Oh, I get that. Suck on these nuts. Oh, were you laughing at that, Dave?
No.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I was watching my show.
Oh, you were watching a show. I thought I was laughing.
Why,
at
did I miss
the...
something good?
No, someone was trolling, and I just realized what their name meant. Yes, that's how I do it. It's all intuition. There's a base conception. Oh, not conception. Concept, and then I just let go where it wants. Exactly, Leolyn. That's how my magic works, folks. Not rocket science, not complex. It's just all about the artistic aspect of creating rituals, because a lot of people feel, ooh, it needs to be by the book. If I read this, I need to follow it to a T. Magic isn't that. Magic is art. At least from my perspective, that's what I believe magic is. It's all about the artistic expression, to take things and create magic, literally. Oh, that was so corny. But that's why I love magic so much, because it's an artistic art. It's art, literally. Do what you're passionate about, and it will be a great lesson, Maddie. Exactly. Intuition and artistic expression. Exactly. Yes, magic is art. Art is magic. Exactly, guys. Interpretive art. Exactly. Actually, yes, Dave, it is interpretive art. Because What I may do may make absolutely no sense to someone else, but you know what? That's okay. It made sense to me, and that's all that matters, guys. So is there anything else you guys want to see on my channel that I can help with, besides obviously showing the more artistic aspect of my rituals, doing more readings, doing the guided meditation? Did you guys want to learn more about the Loa and the Orishas at all? Did you want to learn more about the history of voodoo or New Orleans, or the history of the 3 different paths of voodoo? For example, as you guys know, that I think I mentioned previously, voodoo is based off of different branches. West African voodoo, which is the root of all voodoo, and then it branches off into New Orleans voodoo, and then Haitian voodoo, and then many other sister branches. For example, Santeria is a branch, and Kulam, which is a Filipino-based witchcraft, is another branch. So I don't know if you guys are interested in learning about the history aspect of how these different practices came to be. I'm just wondering, because that's how I actually first got into learning, because I knew about voodoo, I knew about the different practices, but a lot of the time I was like, I don't know where to start. And that's the one thing I noticed with people just starting out with certain magical practices. They're like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what practice I want to learn. And I'm like, for me, what really helped was breaking it down, going back to the basic of understanding how the practice came to be, because in high school, I was like, history, we don't need to learn from it. Like, it's in the past. It should stay in the past. But now that I'm an adult and I understand the importance of history, history has helped me decide my path and what path I've wanted to explore, what path I want to go down. For example, I thought I would flourish in Haitian voodoo. I went down that path, realized that wasn't for me, so then I explored New Orleans voodoo and found that that was more my comfort style, with a side of hoodoo. I haven't done New Orleans voodoo in a while, but I do a lot more of hoodoo because that's a lot more similar to witchcraft. So I naturally kind of realized, okay, this is where I want to be. And then I've discovered within that path, other paths of Santeria and Kulam, which are 2 new practices that I actually want to study. So within that practice, I was able to branch out more and discover other paths, if that made sense. Her story, yes, it's her story. Maddie, I would love to know more about the Orishas. Good. Because once I guys, I catch up on chapter 5, so I am caught up with Hexen, what we're going to do is actually the Witch's Book of the Dead interview together. So we are going to be going live together and discussing this book and the different chapters. We'll go through what goes on in each of the chapters that we've read about. We'll talk about any questions we had. We'll do some comparisons. We'll just talk about the book, because that's also one thing I want to put on this channel, is getting other people's perspective. Because it's one thing for me to go on there and be like, okay, this is the book I read, this is what I thought, but it's different to have someone else's opinion with you, because what they then say may change what I all of a sudden thought about the book. So it's always awesome to have that extra person. Plus it makes for an interesting YouTube. Oh wait, I saw something here. Let me go up. Interpretive art, just said that. Yes, 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 yes. What makes you excited or about magic? Maddie, can you put a list of books you are going to work with? I would like to follow along and highlight. I'm taking notes. Oh, yes, exactly, Lillian. I am the same type of person. I love reading books. I love taking notes. I cannot tell you how many journals I have because I've taken so many notes. But yes, what I'll do, guys, is I will create a list of all the books that I have currently and ones that I'm looking into. And Jen, you said, what makes you excited about magic? And are you a journal person, Maddie? I'm kind of a journal person. I mean, I like to record things that I learned down. I've never really been one to be like, okay, I woke up, had my day, and now I'm going to record my day kind of person. I've been the type to keep a journal of like writing down unique things that I create. For example, I have wherever I put my journal that I showed you in the beginning, but I wrote down, oh, for example, like I'll have side notes of things that I learn in a journal. I'll put down unique recipes. Like I just created my own blessing oil. Oh. Am I back? I froze for a minute. But I have my own blessing oil that I made the other day, and I write that down in my journal. Oh, and back to, sorry, so squirrely today. I think it's the wine, guys. You know what? I gotta take another sip.
Someone's drinking.
Yeah, I'm drinking, Dave. I had that kind of day. I deserve some wine.
Oh, I'm always on you to drink more. Boy, that sounds bad. But I'm always telling you to drink more.
Sorry, guys. My throat was a little parched.
Oh, I think there's a problem with your cup. It's empty.
I know my cup's empty, Dave.
Well, fix that.
But, okay. So, because I know Jen was like, she wanted to learn what got me excited about magic. It's honestly the ability to manifest energy, because I'm all about energy. I absorb energy. I feel energy. Like the other day, Jen and I were talking about her readings, for example, and how Dave and I get worn out after a few readings because we're not that experienced. We don't really know how to properly channel our energy so that we can keep going for 6 hours like somebody did. That kudos to, because I would have not lasted like 6 hours. I would have been like dead, and you guys wouldn't have seen me for like probably a whole 2 weeks. But it's interesting because she was talking about where she taps into the energy to keep going with the readings, and I discovered it's about tapping into the other person's energy. So, because for me, I was all about tapping into the energy of the cards, which was what was wearing me out. But she taps into the spirit of someone else's energy. I was like, that makes sense, because when I think about it, there are times when I can close my eyes, I concentrate, take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and as she said, she envisions roots coming out of the ground, not literally, but figuratively, and wrapping around her feet and creating that foothold and that energy plant. Well, not energy plant, but energy foundation. So I was like, that's what I've done one time, where I've been able to sit in a chair at work when I was bored. I'd close my eyes, I'd concentrate, I'd imagine my energy leaving and draining out my body, down my feet, into the ground, but then pulsating through the mall floor. And it's like this shoot of energy that's kind of like, you know, electricity that you see that kind of goes like, kind of radiates out. And I'm like, that's what I felt. I saw the energy pulsate through the floor, and I all of a sudden felt like I was connected to every single person in the mall. I knew exactly where they were. I could see what they were doing. I could see where they were standing, if they were sitting. I knew where everyone was in the mall because I had all of a sudden connected to them. So I was like, that makes sense, Jen. It's all about energy. And that's what actually got me started into magic, was that ability to tap into energy source. And then I was like, that's kind of cool that you can take that energy and manipulate it into different ways, whether it's manipulating energy through creating a jar, whether it's creating a bath, whether it's manifesting it in a voodoo doll or just herbs. So that's what got me inspired in starting magic. Yes, Jack, exactly. Oh my god, I love that show though. But no, seriously, like that's before I even saw that show, Jack. Like that's literally like what energy felt like to me. And I was like, that's kind of cool that they actually took that and created something out of that. But it makes sense because I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there have that ability to sense the energy of people around them. And plus I took it from that because I was like, that's the easiest way to describe it. Actually, I'm doing great. Imagine this web stems from the back of my neck. Catherine, how are you? Yes, Lillian, I stand perfectly. Oh, what did Lillian say? Hi, Daphne. I'm sorry, guys. I, like, have been so squirrely, and I have not said hi to anyone that came in. So if anyone came in and they've been in and I've just been rambling and I forgot to say hello, I deeply apologize. I don't know about the rest of you, but after Jen read me, I felt energized. Oh, that's good, Ashley. How long have I been on for? Oh, 71 minutes. I'll forgive you, Maddie. Say hi to me, Maddie. Hi, Ashley. How are you? Are you doing good today, Ashley? Oh my god, that was so creepy. She's probably sitting there going like, oh, how about you say my name in a different way? Mama, I know, Ash, I wish I would have gotten on the list. I know, guys, I felt so bad for Jen at the same time because she had, like, you have to understand, guys, like, it's so, like, reading for people is, like, a gift and a curse because it's great to help people, but at the same time, it can be super stressful because you get, like, 50 people on the list all of a sudden, you feel like you have to get everyone in, and it's, like, it sucks when you feel like, okay, now I have like 40 people on the list and more people keep wanting readings and you're like, ugh, I don't want to turn people away, but I have to end soon, but at the same time, I don't know I have the energy to fit everyone in. So I felt her pain yesterday, like to go 6 hours, oof, and she only like barely even finished the, her readings, because at her list when she started, I think she had about like 45 people on that list. And the first day, she only got through like not even the first 10. So, Tech, please, help me, please. Can you help me out? What do you need help with there, Tech 101? I feel a bit bad about myself. Oh, well, that's not good. What do you feel bad about, Tech? Okay, well, I'm putting them in timeout because I didn't know whether or not that was real, and if that's like an awkward situation because it's like, do we do something about that? But probably not because I don't know where they are. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to feel like I'm responsible because I just kicked them out when they were trying to call for help. But at the same time, I'm just like, I kind of don't want to get into that. Right. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Someone check their channel. But anyways, so yeah, that's what my depth year is going to be about, guys. It's all about just getting back into my books, connecting with my Skullies, my cards, getting back into what my channel is solely purpose... That makes no sense. What my channel is about, and showing you more rituals, yeah, getting more hands-on, because a lot of my channel right now has been about like just talking about things, but I feel it's important to show you guys what it is that I do. That's why I left it. Oh, right, tomorrow. I was like, that's kind of awkward. But my gut was like, I'll just put you on timeout until the show's over, which will be soon, because we've been on for like 75 minutes. But does anyone else have any questions or anything else they want me to show in the future before I check out? No. Oh, another thing I wanted to do, because I just realized, is, guys, I want to start, for my depth here, I want to get into learning about pendulums. Because I have my collection of pendulums here. I have, actually, Simon's pendulum, which is over there. I have these two pendulums. I have this pendulum. I have this pendulum. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And technically 6, because the other day I got this awesome pendant. Oh, it's cut on my hair. That I discovered can be used as a pendulum, because it has a point and it's on a super long chain. So if I wanted, I could use it as a pendulum. But yeah, that's also another thing I want to explore, is the use of pendulums. So I guess if you guys want, I can share my journey into the world of pendulums and how they work. Because that'd be kind of cool. Because not only is it about sharing my knowledge of what I already know, I feel like YouTube is about showing the process of what you're going through as well, which is just as important. Oh, Jen, you missed everything. I'm logging out now. Bye, girl. Bye, guys. No, I'm kidding. Well, no, I am going to be leaving in a minute. But, no, Jen, I just reminded everyone that I had, like, all these pendulums, and I'm going to be going through my process of learning them. Who farted? What did I miss? Oh, okay, right. Well, Fosterelli. Bye, Felicia. There's the door. Walk on out, Wanda. Anyways, moving on, because that was a troll. So I was going to go into my learning of pendulums, because, as I said earlier, it's not about just what I learned from years of accumulating knowledge. It's about also sharing my process of learning something new. So I will also share my pendulum journey with you guys. No problem putting on the glitz. Thank you for stopping in. I'm just going to be heading out in a minute so I can... Right, Jezebel, that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, is Peggy in the chat? But, no, I'm going to drink some more, relax, smoke some hookah, and put a movie on with Dave so we can have some us time. That sounds horrible. Not that I love you guys. And not because I'm drunk. I'm not even drunk, I'm just tipsy. But, no, it's just because I just needed that. I just need a moment with Dave to connect. Because it's just been constant go, 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 go. We go on every single day. It cuts into us time. And we just need it. We need to wrap each other up in warm, loving hugs and just cuddle by a movie. Well, not by a movie, but cuddle in front of a movie. LOL, I'm not trolling, he farted. Right. Well, Fosterelli, why don't you get a life, girl? Hey, Conjurer, how's you today? Oh, hi, Jason. I'm good. How are you? Just hit the... I just... Wow, I can't read. I just smashed the like button. Oh, thank you, Jason. And thank you for stopping in for a little bit. Oh, don't steal my name. Willowwind. Oh, Willowwind. Jen, your name's Felicia? Enjoy the rest of the that's when you know when you should log out now because you start stuttering and you just go Frostarelli, you are full of gas. Yes, he is. That's probably why he's on here trolling, is because he has gas and he ain't got nowhere else to release it but in here. Oh, what? Wait, Jen, are you in like some other plane of existence? Did I miss something? Strelli? His last name wasn't Strelli. Am I missing? Oh! Oh! I get it now, Hexen. Thank you. I just got that. The rewind slur. When you're just like, of course, guys, I'm perfectly fine. No, I'm not there yet. I'm just in the euphoric stage where everything is pure bliss. Abundance is all around me. That's what state I'm in. Yes, well, we'll light him up. Anyway, guys, I'm going live after you, honey. Oh, perfect, Jen. And actually, that's perfect timing. But, yeah, and Jen, we'll pop in for a little bit. We won't stay the whole time just because I want to, like, get some time in with Dave. But we'll definitely pop in for a little bit. So, guys, thank you so much for stopping in. And thank you so much for the support. Thank you for letting me rant in the beginning and cry my eyes out, which was embarrassing, but I had to let it out. And unfortunate it was then, but thank you for seeing the ugly side of Matthew. And thank you for letting me share with you my depth year, guys. And I hope to see what you guys plan to do for your depth year. And I look forward to creating more videos of what you guys want to see. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And I will see you guys on Jennifer's live soon. And make sure to hit the like and subscribe if you have not. And have a good rest of your night, guys. Bye, everybody. This is the awkward part. When you're like trying to exit.